Two kids in a schoolyard. One shoves the other shoves back, and within 3 exchanges they are both howling that the other one hit harder. Every adult in earshot assumes at least one of them is lying. Neither is. They are both precisely telling the truth, because each genuinely felt the other's shove as harder than his own. And the reason is one of the strangest facts about having a body. You are not allowed to feel your own touch at full strength. Your brain turns it down before it reaches you. Start with something you already know but have never questioned. You cannot tickle yourself. Try it. Run your own fingers along your ribs. Nothing. Now picture someone else doing the exact same motion and your whole body flinches. Same fingers, same skin, the same nerve endings firing. The only thing that changed is who was in charge of the hand. When it is you, the tickle is gone. That is not a fact about ticklishness. It is a window onto something your brain does to everything you do. Every time your brain commands your muscles, it keeps a copy of that command. Before your hand even starts to move, it uses the copy to predict exactly what you are about to feel, then subtracts that prediction from the sensation when it arrives. The name for the copy is a corollary discharge, and its whole job is to answer one question, constantly. Was that me? Sensations you cause get flagged as yours and turned down. Sensations the world caused arrive at full volume. You cannot tickle yourself because the tickle was perfectly predicted, and a perfectly predicted feeling is very nearly erased. This is not a soft psychological story. It has been caught in the act, one cell at a time, across the animal kingdom. A cricket sings by scraping its wings, loud enough to damage its own ears. So at the instant it sings, a single identified neuron fires to deafen it, time to the note. A weakly electric fish reads the world through pulses it makes itself, and its brain builds a negative image to erase its own signal, so it can feel another fish hiding in the noise. In primates, the command to move the eyes is copied to the visual brain, so the world does not lurch every time you glance across a room. The same trick everywhere for hundreds of millions of years. Predict what you are about to do and subtract it from what you sense. Now go back to the schoolyard because someone put it in a lab. Two people take turns pressing on each other's finger, each asked to push back exactly as hard as they were just pushed. They never manage it. Every round they push back harder because the force they apply feels lighter than the identical force landing on their own hand. A little more each time, tit for tat, the pressure climbs and both people swear, honestly, that they were only matching. The escalation is not aggression, it is arithmetic. Two brains, each quietly subtracting its own contribution, each underfeeling what it did. Both kids were telling the truth, and this dampening is not rare. Measured directly, it showed up in about 98% of the people tested. Here is the proof it really is about prediction. Researchers built a machine that lets you tickle yourself through a robot. Move a lever, the robot strokes your palm, and as expected, nothing, because your brain saw it coming. Then they slid a delay between your movement and the touch, a fraction of a second, and you become ticklish by your own hand. The movement is still yours, the touch is still self-caused, but the timing no longer matches the prediction, so the subtraction misses, and the sensation slips through at full strength. The spell was never about who owns the hand. It was about a prediction landing on time. For 25 years, this pointed somewhere haunting. Your inner voice, the one reading these words in your head, is also self-generated and ought to be tagged as yours by this same system. So what if the tagging fails? The idea was electric. A broken cancellation would let your own inner speech arrive feeling foreign, like a voice from outside your head. It seemed to explain the voices of schizophrenia in a single, clean stroke, and people with those symptoms do show weaker sensory cancellation. It is one of the most elegant ideas in modern neuroscience, and in 2024, a careful pooling of the evidence pulled the floor out from under it. The weakened cancellation is real, but it turns up whether or not a person hears voices, and on its own, it is nowhere near enough to produce them. The clean story does not hold, which is, if anything, the more honest ending. A gorgeous theory, a famous result, and the evidence quietly refusing to cooperate. But the fact underneath it all survives, and it is stranger than the theory ever was. Perception is not a recording of the world, it is a subtraction, the world minus everything you caused. Every moment your brain takes the raw flood of sensation and removes your own fingerprints, so that what is left is only the part that came from outside you. Which means the one thing in the universe you can never feel at full strength is the one thing you can never step outside of, your own touch. You have spent your whole life reaching for the world, and you have never once felt your own hand arrive.